Do you want a tall pyro damage dealer that's capable of main DPSing for your team is just the sweetest and wants nothing more than to make friends?
I'm your new buddy, Thoma. As long as that's okay with you, of course.
Well, cut out the sweet and friendly garbage and Diluc is the character for you.
Not interested in idle chit-chat.
Oh, you wanted to DPS with Thoma? Well, tough shit, because damaging things with Thoma and expecting them to die is just like asking for changes in surveys and expecting them to actually happen. What a dream that would be. It's a horrible curse that seems to be the cooler the polearm character's attack animations are, the less viable they are as an actual attacker. His attack animations are f***ing awesome, but it feels like he's swinging around a wet pool noodle instead of an actual spear. But maybe you still want to DPS with him anyway, despite that fact. Well, you better have C6 Bennett to help with that endeavor, because the only thing he'll be damaging effectively is your clear speeds, because his damage is low. Almost as low as the percentage of my viewers who are subscribed to my channel. But maybe all you really wanted was a shielder who will not reminisce about
Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember,
and remind you about how boats work. Well, then look no further, because Thoma wants to be your best friend. And if you want to DPS with him anyway because your username is already Thoma can fix my virginity and your body pillow is awaiting delivery, then by all means. I'm not here to police your fun. You do you, boo-boo. But what he may lack in damage, he makes up for by being an accessible alternative to Zhongli, and you know who likes that? Literally anyone who keeps their dialogue volume higher than 0.
Osmanthus wine.
But more importantly, Hu Tao. She needs a pyro friend. Bennett and her have about as much synergy together as Season 8 of Game of Thrones and Dan and Dave.
I don't want it.
Leaving her to have one of the best supports she has access to be a C6 Amber with Elegy for the end. Which is definitely something we all have lying around, right? I'm sorry, Amber. You had a role next to an important character for once, and now you've got some competition. Shit's tough, and it probably won't get any better for you from here. As you may have heard before Thoma's release, people thought he was going to be a Pyro Xingqiu, a statement that now just seems like we were trying to speedrun Crippling Depression. But that dream died like Signora when we learned that he has the pyro application of a flickering birthday candle in the wind. But much like a phoenix and less like Signora, something new was born from that failed dream and horrible pyro application. A good support for Hu Tao. That garbage pyro application, as garbage as it may be, is part of what makes him a good match for Hu Tao. He won't be interfering with her vaporizes, and more importantly, his shields will stop her from making any fucky-wuckies and ending up in a forever box. So what if you don't have Hu Tao to pair with your Thoma? Well, the good news is he can be slotted in most places.
Osmanthus wine
Would be as long as you're already attacking regularly to stack his burst up. So unfortunately, no pairing him with the goat. It's not much synergy there, I'm afraid. The shield just isn't strong enough to ignore mechanics like you want to with Zhongli. So weapons. Choices here are simple because his damage is crap. The main thing you want to care about is the substat and the effect. Slap a black tassel or any energy recharge any energy recharge polearm like Favonius Slants on this boy to help his shield be as thick as humanly possible with as much uptime as possible. And if you're still hellbent on turning his damage into below average damage, then utilize his fishing passive and get that R5 catch you've been putting off for about 2 months. Now, Homa is obviously his best weapon to use, but if you're giving Homa to Thoma, I commend your dedication to Thoma, but that Homa has a better home than Thoma. And no, not Zhongli. This is Hu Tao's weapon. He only gets to borrow it when she says so. Oh, but maybe you want to play physical Thoma. So artifacts. Let's be real. The options here are rough. Crimson Witch, not great. Tenacity to the Milleth, not with this skill, you silly doodle. Noblesse Obliged, not a bad option, but a long burst cooldown leaves some downtime. Emblem is decent because he needs the ER and his burst is almost all of his damage. And after that, you can mix and match 2-piece sets like Tenacity and Emblem just to pump up his most important stats, being HP and energy recharge. That way you can just focus on his shield and worry about making it as big as my disappointment is over the fact that Ito is not as buff as I expected him to be. His abilities are simple. They both synergize with each other and they're both meant to be used together. Thoma's shield is a thick boy. At level 6, it has 10.08 max % HP scaling plus 1098. up to a max of 27.44% max HP plus 2,989. Basically almost 3 times the base absorption. After his burst is done stacking onto it, that is. That's how he gets that max shield. His base HP may be on the lower side of the characters, which is a little sad for an HP scaling character, but if you're running Thoma, it's probably for his shields. So to maximize that and to turn his thick shield into a thick shield where the amount of C's equals 1 times Y, where Y is equal to the amount of artifacts you've replaced with percent HP artifacts. But if the idea of having a character that does low damage do even less damage sounds unappealing to you, then feel free to use the standard Pyro Goblet attack sans crit hat to take his damage from a bunny gently twitching its nose and brushing you with its whiskers to a cat yawning on you. But fear not, even if you build him full HP, his A4 passive has you covered, making it so that if you build up a colossal 40k HP on Thoma, your burst will be doing a whopping 880 extra damage. That's not bad for Thoma. But most importantly, remember, regardless of how you want to build him or decide to build him, have fun. He's a cool character, very stylish, so I get wanting to use him as more than just a shield bot. If you liked this guide, in quotation marks, let me know who you'd want next. It doesn't have to be a newer character, it can be anyone. If there's a clear winner in the comments, I'll see what I can do. If you want to support me, check out my Patreon, link in the description. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.
Freeze to the core!